cannot miss doing this hard thing tonight, because tonight we're going to talk about love and dates, different characters and date situations, and most importantly, the first date. I'll tell you some stories from my life and the life of my friends, and of course associate the different fragrances with the different dates, because I feel that one of the most important things on a first date is also your smell, as we don't know each other very well yet, and you want your appearance, your gestures, your words to also do the talking. You can't just sit and tell all about your life on a first date, right? So, and in the comment section, let us all know the interesting stories from your dates and what perfumes that you wear are associated with those stories. So, the first fragrance is Woody Oak Moss by Dossier. Inspired by Chanel, Coco, Mademoiselle. Now, Dossier, they make perfumes inspired by designer brands. I collaborate with them, so if you want to get any of the perfumes I talk about, I will leave the links and the coupon code in the description box. These both smelled to me very similar, and they have a similar lasting power. For your information, Coco, Chanel, Mademoiselle, and Woody Oak Moss by Dossier are fantastic first date perfumes. I cannot imagine anyone not liking the smell of this. Everyone loves it, and we presented this Chanel perfume as a gift to our relative's wife. My god, the kids started playing outside. I wouldn't give the Dossier one because they gave a very expensive gift to us, so I give Dossier to my friends, my uncle. But yeah, we gave her this, and this smells exactly the same. And she said that we gave her a fragrance that wherever she goes, she gets complimented on. So this is a huge compliment getter. Fantastic fragrance, super expensive, very pricey. So if you want to figure it out for yourself, whether you're going to love it for everyday use or not, get the Woody Oak Moss by Dossier, because then you will understand whether you truly love it or no. And also, if you just don't want to spend so much money on a perfume, then just buy the Dossier one. They smell great, both. I love them both. So that is the first fragrance, and the man had complimented her on her smell, of course, because it's impossible not to compliment someone when they're wearing Coco, Mademoiselle, and Dossier's Woody Oak Moss. Her hair was done very nicely, very little makeup on, and her parents wanted her to get settled down, so she went on a date with this man that she had never met before. It was a blind date, and he was, if I am not mistaken, from another country, but he was Armenian. Okay. Armenian diaspora. So they went on this date. So during the date, everything went fine. He was acting like a gentleman, and he offered her to go to a restaurant. They went there and they ordered a really delicious dish with fish. And she says everything was going fine. They were on the same wavelength, their interests, and that his voice was very nice. Everything was perfect until it was time to pay and leave. And I personally think that the man should pay during a date, especially the first dates. And he offered to pay, obviously. But what she didn't like, which I think it's stupid, is that there was still quite a bit of fish left. So he asked the waiter to wrap the fish so he could take it with him. And she thought that it was a cheap move. There will not be a second date. It's over. I don't think that wrapping up the food in a restaurant, if you have left it, is cheap. I always do it. You tell me maybe it's cheap. I always do it. For instance, when I was filming how I went to a restaurant with my dog lady, I ordered a lot of pizza because I was very hungry and I thought I was going to eat all of it. I ordered it and I ate 3 pieces. I ordered 2 large pizzas, ate 3 pieces, and I asked them to wrap the pizza so that I can take it with me. I think it's normal, and I think she probably would have, well, I don't know. Now, I was alone that day, but I think it's fine, to be honest with you. Now, I don't know. I haven't been in that situation. I don't know how I would react on a first date. I don't know. And I also don't know if he offered to to give her the fish so that she could take it home. She would say no. I would personally say no too, 100%. But I think he did offer it. But I good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It depends on your relationships. If you're very friendly already, if you become friendly, I think it's totally fine to wrap it and go. But on the other hand, maybe the first impression, maybe they went to a very fancy restaurant. It's actually a fancy restaurant. So maybe she was just surprised and didn't expect it. But anyways, that was the reason for her not to go on a second date. For your information, she's married now, and with children. She's over 10 years older than me. So that was the first date. Now, moving on to the second date, and this is going to be a sexy, sassy date. So, of course, that means Narciso Rodriguez for her. This is probably, along with Chanel, my favorite perfume brand, because I just happen to love every perfume in this brand. I think Chloe too. Oh, it smells so good. And a fragrance that is inspired by Narciso Rodriguez for her, but it's by Dossier. It's Musky Rose by Dossier. Musky Rose. Every time my mom wears Musky Rose, by Dossier. I compliment her. We have several bottles of this. My mom has 2 in her apartment. I have 1 here, and we're going to order 1 more for my sister because we love Narciso Rodriguez perfumes. Both me, my mom especially, and yeah, they just smell so great. It's such a sassy perfume, very classy at the same time, very cozy. And I understand that these are very different vibes, cozy and kind of attractive. But to me, this is very cozy perfume because my mom used to wear this a lot. She's been wearing it for 10 years. And so for me, it's associated with mom. So for me, it's a cozy perfume. But everyone around us, and even on YouTube, if you see people talking about this perfume, the first word that comes out of their mouth is sexy. And so I understand that it's quite an addictive and attractive perfume. Let's spray it. Wow. It smells so good. Rose, patchouli, vanilla, musk. Smells absolutely seductive and magnificent. To me, it's associated with femininity, and even Narciso Rodriguez, when he was making this fragrance, he was making it because he was in love with a beautiful girl when he was much younger, and she wore something that reminded him of this fragrance. So he created it the way that his first love smelled, so to speak. And the story with Musky Rose. So there is this woman who is an older woman. She's in her 60s. He was writing to her, pursuing her, and said he was absolutely in love with her and couldn't live without her. And after some time, she didn't like him. His appearance just didn't attract her. So she traveled to him. He was very rich. He had never worked. He was son of rich people. His mom had never worked. His father, I don't know, but his grandfather had worked and earned a fortune. They had many big houses around Europe. She wanted to see his home. But there was this little thing that to me, like if the previous case, I didn't think it was so super criminal what the guy did. In this case, I would just literally stand up and leave. So he said that if they get married, they're going to need a contract, a signed contract, where she agrees on paper to dance exotic dances for him every day. I think it was every day or several times a week. Don't remember the details. I think it was every day. Anyways, I personally think that man is crazy. It's so, like, I even lost my voice from the shock, even from remembering the story. Yes, so, and she was fine with it, even though she wasn't happy about it. She was fine with it, and she signed the contract. And they got married. They're divorced now. But I just don't understand, how could someone marry a person who required a signed contract to like do something as intimate? Like it's the same as like, let's sign a contract that you kiss me every morning and every evening before bed. Every morning I have to have a kiss. And yeah, it was just crazy for me. I think it was every day. Yeah. So, but she agreed. And she didn't go for his wealth. She's not a gold digger. So don't write those things to me. Because yes, they were wealthy, but she wasn't getting anything from that wealth. You can imagine that if someone is requiring to sign a contract like that they would in that contract include points about their finances. So, and I know that he was even telling her to sell her house and with the money renovate his. What a great idea. Oh my god, I see I've been filming for such a long time. I don't want this video to be like to last forever. So I guess I will tell you just one more story and we'll wrap it up and we'll leave the rest of the stories for other times. And now I will show you a fragrance that I personally absolutely love and have fallen in love with just recently. So this is Idole or Idole by Lancome. I should check if Dossier have a perfume inspired by it. I think they don't, but I should check it out. This smells of rose, vanilla, and some berries, I think, even though I'm not sure they're berries. It smells so good, it smells so perfect. Everything is so smooth in this fragrance. Let me spray this one on me already. Wow, it smells so good. And even though I haven't found a Dossier version of this, I can recommend you my ever favorite woody Freesia by Dossier, which is inspired by Armani, which is one of my all-time favorite perfumes. It smells so good. And now the story with this. Now I haven't worn this to any date, so I cannot tell you a story with this one, but I can tell an imaginary story. Or I can tell you just a different story with Armani C. Dossier's woody Freesia that is inspired by Armani C. Yeah. Here is woody Freesia by Dossier. They both smell of rose. Woody Freesia is sweeter. Honestly, this is one of my all-time favorites perfumes. Yes, this is not as classy, as elegant as Idole. Idole is fantastic. This can come across as too sweet, but everyone who have recommended it have loved it. Even people wrote to me in the comment section, they love it. And my story with Woody Freesia by Dossier or Armani C, as they smell pretty identical, is that one time I wore this perfume and it wasn't even a date. It was like a general day night, I guess, where I danced with a guy, and we never met after that. We just had a fun time with friends, and he invited me on a dance, and we danced together, and that was it. Oh, obviously we talked, I don't remember about what. And then months later, we met, and he remembered my perfume, C by Armani or Woody Freesia by Dossier. He remembered just the fragrance. So perfume is very, very important, because sometimes we don't remember people's faces, we don't remember what they wore, but we remember how they smelled, the smell that lingered. And hopefully it's a good smell, because I also remember there was this guy who was quite handsome, actually. Not super handsome, but handsome on a more handsome side. But he smelled absolutely dreadful. He stunk, he smelled of sweat all the time, every day, so strongly. Ugh. And recently I found out that he got married. I got to know him in high school. He was already almost graduating, and I had just gone to high school. And I don't understand, how is it possible for people who smell so bad to get married? Or maybe they found someone who smells bad too, and they love their stinky smells. They love the smell of sweat. I hate it. I can't stand it. So yeah, I love it. Please try Woody Freesia. It's my favorite still, hands down. Musky Rose, Woody Freesia. It's so good. So again, I will leave all the links and the coupon code. If you want to get those, please use my coupon code. It's not an affiliate coupon code, but it lets Dossier know that you went there by my recommendation, and also gives you a discount. So I'll be very happy if you do that. And please tell me at least some stories about your dates, like funny stories, awkward stories about your dates, and it will be very interesting for all of us to hear. And now I can hear the kids in the yard playing and playing and playing, so I don't want you to hear it, but you're probably going to hear it. But on the other hand, you know what? I don't want to get angry, because kids must play and have fun and laugh, and good. I'd rather hear this sounds than sounds of anger or arguments or things like that. So I'm wishing you all to have wonderful dates, to have beautiful stories, and to find your true scent and true love. See you.